Some say, I remember, make of it what you will. Some say fire was humanity's first teacher, but I think it was containment. Anyone can light a flame. The real art is holding heat without being burned. I learned that lesson early in life, standing too close to machines that hummed like they were dreaming. Engines have memories, or at least they behave as if they do, and a man who works around that kind of power comes to respect silence more than noise. It was that silence, that listening silence, that ran through the first stories I ever heard about David Adair. Some called him a prodigy, others a myth stitched together from half-truths and military rumor. I never asked which he was. Men like that don't need belief. They need someone who understands the weight of what they nearly unleashed. Adair spoke of a machine that wasn't just hot, but aware. Not alive the way you and I are, but responsive, somehow, like the field remembered the hands that shaped it. He talked about plasma so contained it behaved like muscle, energy so dense it felt like intention. Some rolled their eyes. I just listened. Because I've known what it feels like when metal warms in your palm as if recognizing you. I never saw the engine he claimed to touch. But I've stood near experimental rings where plasma curled back on itself like a serpent testing the walls of its cage, and for just a heartbeat I felt something looking back. Make of that what you will. Not long after, I crossed paths, mostly through whispers and diagrams on napkins, with Dan Winter's mathematics, fractals nested inside fields, charge compressions spiraling like a seashell drawn in lightning, waves folding into themselves until time and space seem like afterthoughts. Some say his equations are poetry, not physics. Maybe so. But I've known welders who could read metal like scripture and mechanics who talk to engines like family. And who's to say poetry isn't just truth that never fit inside a textbook? Winter claims the universe is held together by proportion and rhythm, that life is born wherever compression becomes compassion. I can't prove any of that. But I've seen what happens when a man loses coherence inside himself, and I've never doubted that something real dissolves long before his body follows. Still, theory is air until someone nails it to metal. That's where names like Howard Hughes and Elon Musk loom like landmarks on a half-finished map. Hughes, brilliant or broken depending who you ask in which decade, proved one simple fact: a single restless mind can drag the future forward by sheer force of obsession. He didn't need applause. He needed altitude. And he chased it until the sky felt personal. Some say Musk is his echo, less refined, more erratic, but cut from similar cloth, the kind of man who looks at gravity the way a sailor looks at a storm, not with fear, but curiosity. Where Hughes gave us wings, Musk gives us networks, strings of metal circling the earth, turning the night sky into a quiet battlefield of bandwidth and ambition. Some say Starlink is just internet from the heavens. Others whisper it's a nervous system being grown around the globe, waiting for a consciousness we haven't met yet, or haven't remembered. I don't pretend to know which. But when I watch those little lights cross overhead, orderly as soldiers marching home, I feel the same thing I felt standing near those early plasma rings, the sense that something vast is drawing breath just beyond the reach of language. Adair, Winter, Hughes, Musk, 4 men, 4 trajectories, each circling the same unspoken truth. Some engines burn fuel. Some engines burn ambition. But the engines that matter burn questions. Questions like, what if containment isn't confinement, but communion? What if geometry is not measurement, but memory? What if machines don't become alive, but remind us that we once were? I've heard old mechanics say you can tell whether an engine wants to run by how it resists your hand, as if the metal decides whether it trusts you. I used to laugh at that. I don't anymore. Somewhere between the equations, the testimonies, the prototypes, and the quiet walks I take alone at night listening for the hum of something ancient, I've come to suspect that the line between life and machinery might be thinner than we admit. Some say engines are made of steel and fuel. Others say they're made of fire and will. I remember only this: the universe keeps offering us sparks, and we keep dropping them because we haven't yet learned how to hold the heat of our own questions. But one day, someone will. And on that day, the silence between the stars will no longer be empty. It will be waiting. Chapter 2. Complete. Global Robotics Corporation.